What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we talk about some adjustments Michigan has made to their practice plan, why it's paying off, plus Sherrone Moore hints towards more plays where Michigan uses Donovan Edwards and Kalel Mullings in at the same time, and we could see more of those plays starting this week. Plus, Michigan players are ready for their first road challenge as they are ready to quiet the Washington crowd, and we also go over some big performances from some Michigan commits, including the quarterback Carter Smith, running back Jasper Parker, and we also talk about Brady Hart putting on his recruiting cap this past weekend as he is trying to get a wide receiver flip target, and also the potential of him reclassifying. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this video by talking about what appears to be a change to Michigan's practice plan after the first 3 weeks of the season, as Michigan head coach Sherrone Moore did say yesterday that we've always had King's adjustments in things depending on the team, from team to team. You know, every team is different, so there's been a couple things we've done as a team, talking to the leadership council, to our captains, and what we've done. And he said that they have made adjustments before USC, and I feel like it's helped us, and we're going to continue to do that. Now, Sherrone Moore didn't really say what the adjustment was. However, senior edge TJ Guy did meet with reporters yesterday, and he said that they started practicing more good on good, getting more good looks on each other so we could be ready for Saturdays and things like that. And I did say, you know, I think it definitely helped us. He said just practicing good on good is always good because we've got good players and they've got good players on offense. So playing against good players will only elevate your game. So it's definitely very interesting, and that could be the reason why Michigan was able to prevail against USC, because, you know, they probably went even more harder at practice, putting good on good. And it also could be the reason why Michigan had a lot of injuries going into the Minnesota game. A lot of players were out, especially defensively, so that could be a huge reason why. Now, obviously, that's just speculation, but, you know, obviously Michigan, both in the first half against USC and Minnesota, they came out firing, led 14-3 against USC at halftime, and then they led 21-3 against Minnesota. So they've been playing lights out in the first half, but now they got to do that in the second half as well, and that's been the main problem. And that is, you know, a focus point for them this week going on the road against Washington. They know they have to play better in the second half, and I'm sure that's going to be a focus in practice this week, coming out stronger in second halves. And Sherrone Moore also discussed, you know, having a two-back look out there with Donovan Edwards and Kalel Mullings both out there at the same time. Now, I saw them both out there a little bit. However, there appears to be some plays that they have not ran yet in game. As Sherrone Moore did say that, you know, there's plays that we've ran in the past, plays that we have, that we've practiced, that we've never used. And he said we'll start to pull those out as the season goes on, starting this week. So, you know, I think that can definitely help this Michigan offense be a lot more explosive, having both Edwards and Mullings out there. And they just have to really be able to utilize Edwards, be creative with him, because you have some weapons on this team. You have some speedy wide receivers. You have Donovan Edwards, Colston Loveland, Kalel Mullings, and then, you know, having Alex Orji as a quarterback, he's another run threat. So this offense has the potential to be explosive. Sherrone Moore and Kirk Campbell just have to be, I think, a lot more creative with this offense, and hopefully we see that more against Washington. I mean, you know, the whole team, the offense played fine in the first half. Against Minnesota, it's really just been the second half, and they have to come out a lot better in the second half. So hopefully we see that against Washington. Now, this is Michigan's first road game this season. Michigan offensive lineman Giovanni El-Hadi did talk about that, you know, going at Husky Stadium. He said it's kind of exciting actually being in a different scenery. You know, even though it's going to be loud, we know it's going to be loud. We know it's going to be wild. It's the rematch of the national championship. But he said, I'm ready to make their field our home field. That's what it's all about. Have fun. Let them boo us. Let them talk all the crap they want. And, you know, he just said that I'm ready to make their field our home field, take that spirit out of the fans when they're all loud and then they're all quiet. That's probably the best feeling. But he said, everyone has to be focused. We all have to execute with strength until the whistle blows, refocus, keep executing, and do what we have to do. Now, Sherrone Moore did talk about, going on the road for the first time. He said you've got to pack your defense first, obviously your run game, and you've got to be sound and be disciplined in everything you do. Obviously, the first time that we're on the road, Noise is going to be a great environment. I think our players are excited to get on the road, and it does sound like a lot of the players are excited to get on the road. But I just said, I think packing your defense, having good run game, and being balanced is going to be the main thing. So we'll see what this team is made of. A lot of times in these road games, you're going to face adversity, and you're going to really see, what this team is and who this team is, how this team and these players respond to that adversity that they may face on the road in a hostile environment. And it sounds like they're up to the challenge. But I also wanted to talk about how some Michigan commits performed over the weekend. Last week we talked about the amazing performance of Brady Hart. He had the week off. Instead, it was Michigan's 2025 quarterback Carter Smith. It was a 4-star. He completed 12 of 16 passes for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns, and also added 131 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground in a 34-28 win. So he absolutely went off, was doing it all through the air and on the ground. And also the 4-star running back Jasper Parker from Archbishop Shaw High School in the state of Louisiana. He rushed for 326 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 31-8 win. Absolutely incredible numbers from Jasper Parker. He absolutely went off. And now, if you guys remember, this was a player who committed as a 3-star, tons of upside. He managed to get a 4-star status already on the 24/7 Sports composite rankings, and he continues to impress. Both Jasper Parker, Donovan Johnson, going to be a nice running back duo in the 2025 class for Michigan. And then Andrew Marsh, we all know about him, the top 100 receiver, recorded 5 receptions for 109 yards and a touchdown. He has been dominant and consistent this season, and we talked about it before already. He has a chance to start early next season as a freshman for Michigan. The 4-star tight end Andrew Olesh caught a 33-yard touchdown and also returned a punt for 41 yards. Just goes to show his athletic ability right there. And those are really the big performances from the Michigan commits this weekend. And then I also wanted to talk about the 2026 top 100 quarterback commit Brady Hart. He was in for a visit over the weekend for the Michigan-Minnesota game, and he kind of put on his recruiting cap. He first said to Bryce Marriage at the Michigan Insider that he loved the visit. It was refreshing to get back up there. He did say that, him and the coaching staff talked about the passing game. He said that they said the pieces are coming in the pass game, and they will build the system around me and open things up in the pass game. And he said he's excited about that. And one big recruit that was on the visit was the North Carolina State wide receiver commit Jamar Browder, which we talked about in the video yesterday. If you guys missed that video, go ahead, check it out. But Brady Hart has been, recruiting him. He said, I think he's a baller, great football player, and enjoyed spending time around him. And he said, can't wait to hopefully have him as a guy to spin it around to. And it does appear Michigan is a major threat to NC State for Jamar Browder right now. Now, one thing that I'm sure will get brought up in the future here is whether or not Brady Hart will reclassify to the 2025 class. There has been some talk about that, as he could very well do that. It just kind of depends, what he wants to do, if he wants to remain in the 2026 class or reclassify and come here early. Either way, Michigan, I've talked about it before, this season should be the only season Michigan doesn't have a quarterback, at least an elite quarterback, because Jaden Davis, the freshman, he is probably going to be your starter next year. He's learning the system right now, just developing under the system, and should be ready to go next year. And then we obviously have Carter Smith, Brady Hart, who I am really excited about coming in with elite talent. So the future is definitely bright for Michigan. But with that, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. If you are new around here, I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.